Welcome, everyone. So good to see you. Welcome to Japanese Wagyu Donburi Cook-along, presented by Harbour Japan and with Zen-Noh. My name is Izumi. I'm from the Sozai Cooking School. We and the Harbour Japan's collaborating really good event like this. And this is the first time the Zen-Noh coming here. And I'm so excited. So excited for you. And please, we have a special guest from Zen-Noh, and he is an expert Wagyu. Wagyu is special beef, but maybe we don't know much. So please welcome Jin Evan Theo from Zen-Noh International Europe.
My name is Theo. I am from Zen-Noh International Europe, the European office for Zen-Noh in Japan. I'll start off with who we are. We're essentially the agricultural cooperative of Japan, and we represent all the farmers in Japan, independent farmers. And as you can see from this quick slide, there's a lot of them. We have 945 cooperatives under our union, and essentially we represent them in exporting their products, as well as assisting them in any of their agricultural support requirements. So we do help them get things also from overseas back in. Today, the two products that are very important to us are the Japanese Wagyu and the Japanese rice, which will be part of your recipe. Arguably, probably the two most famous and probably the products with the most pride that Japanese farmers export out. Japanese Wagyu beef is known as the Rolls Royce of beefs, very luxurious. So there's a little bit of misconception in the world when people refer to Wagyu perhaps from Australia or different parts of the world because they use a particular breed that was exported out of Japan. But the name literally translates to Japanese beef, Wagyu. And while there are only 4 specific breeds that are generally classified as such, 95% of which is just the Japanese black, 95%. The main characteristics is the rich intramuscular fat, which you can see on the image there, and I'm sure you've seen in the steaks that you've received. Some people think it's really greasy. That's the comment a lot, but it's a misunderstanding, because ultimately that's what gives it its flavor and its tenderness. It's just like foie gras. You're not going to ask for a lean foie gras. Next bit is about Japanese rice, more commonly known as sushi rice. But it is not only for sushi, as you will discover today. It can also be used for other dishes as plain steamed rice, as fried rice. But the main characteristics are that they are short grain, slightly sticky, very fluffy. And if you are a little bit more accustomed to eating rice, our colleagues at Sozai can probably tell you their favorite region or even particular variety. Now, for you and me, perhaps not, because we don't eat rice as often, but between Japanese rice and basmati or jasmine, there is a very clear difference, and hopefully you'll taste that today. One little thing that I will add to the Wagyu bit is today your Wagyu is from the Gunma prefecture. It's Joshu Wagyu, so slightly north of Tokyo. There are many different brands of Wagyu out there from different regions. Most famous, of course, all of you may have heard of Kobe. But I will just kind of demystify it a little bit by clarifying all Wagyu follows the same grading method. So if you have top grade Kobe and top grade Gunma, ultimately it's the same. The main difference comes down to branding, preference, and slight geographical and feed differentiations. But the grading system across the country is the same. So ultimately, you're having today the best in Wagyu grading, A5. So enjoy. I think I'll pass it on to Sozai cooking school team to continue.
Thank you. Yeah, we are welcome to Kinu. Hi, Kinu Yoko is cooking instructor and a chef from Kobe, Japan. She ventured into the world of food early in life and therefore studied the basics of cooking from her grandmother, who was a chef. So she later trained in Western cuisine in Paris and traditional Japanese cuisine in Kyoto. Kinu now caters and teaches Japanese cooking at Sozai Cooking School and also Japan Center, London, sharing her expertise and the knowledge of Japanese cooking with students all the various level of culinary. It's just she's working for internationally, so you'll be so pleased getting tips from her. Hi, beautiful Wagyu.
Beautiful Wagyu. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. So, does everybody have their Wagyu? Can you show us your Wagyu? Like to show us your Wagyu, show off your Wagyu. It's very, very special. I haven't had Wagyu in ages, to be honest. It's a very special treat also for the Japanese and even for the Japanese living in Japan. So if you can show us, I believe it's nicely defrosted. Okay.
Also event.
Yeah, if it's still in the packaging, you can take it out of the packaging and maybe put it on a plate. Okay, so we need this. And then the rice today. And then we have our sauce. And then we also need a skillet. So if you have something like a cast iron, that will be fantastic. Otherwise, anything non-stick or any frying pan will do. Okay, so Izzy, if you can show us the recipe, we'll go through it together. So, no, if you can just regard it as normal steak, and then just kind of use, what we'll do is we can show you how to kind of check the doneness by poking it whilst we're cooking. Okay?
And another question is coming. I know people so keen and honored to cook the Wagyu. What is the best type of oil used?
I just use vegetable oil or sunflower oil, anything would do. You don't actually, if it's a Teflon, you might not even need to do it. So it's just very, very light. It's just like a shield of oil. I just wiped everything off. But this will do really. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Should we start, Izzy?
Are you ready? Please thumbs up. Give me
Thumbs
some.
up.
Yeah?
Thumbs
Cool.
up.
Fantastic. Let's get it started.
Okay, so if you can join, Izzy, if you can join us side by side.
Sure. I'm here.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to heat this up in boiling water for about 15 minutes. So this Izzy on my right.
I'm going to peel.
He's going to show you how to put it on the microwave.
Then put it in the microwave. And I'm going to cook about 2 minutes. If you have got a microwave.
So for those who are cooking it in the hot water, make sure it's sealed. Don't open the seal. For those who have the microwave, please open the seal about an inch. For those who are boiling it, please do not open the seal. Okay? Yeah. Oh, don't open the packaging for this method. Okay. So I'm just going to keep it boiling. I think this is done. Yeah. So just leave it as it is. We are going to open the package later because we still need to cook the beef. So if you are ready, show me your thumbs up and then we will start grilling the Wagyu. So I'm just going to put this on the side. Okay, are we all good? We have a beautiful, beautiful Wagyu here. Okay, let me know if you are ready to grill. Thumbs up, please. Are we getting any questions?
Yes, questions coming up. Do we need to season the meat?
No, you don't need to season the meat. We've got this lovely sauce from Japan. And then this is very full of umami seasoning. And this is all you need. So it's very, very simple, but it is a restaurant class dish that you will make at the end. Any other questions? Okay, so what you will need is a skillet or a frying pan. And then you will need a tongue or chopsticks or something to just turn the...
Knut, questions coming up.
Yeah.
With Chris, should we dry the meat with a paper towel?
If it's, mine is very dry. It depends on this, obviously each slice is slightly different because this is all very natural. So if you think that there is some excess liquid, pat it dry, and that'll be quite nice when you grill it. Okay.
And we got another question from Joe.
Sure.
How does the sauce enhance the flavor of the meat?
It's actually the beef itself. So
I thought so.
Beef is very, very special. Obviously, the sauce is very special as well, as just everything that you see today is all air couriered from Japan. So the beef, the rice, and the sauce all comes from Japan, air couriered. So this is a very luxurious set. However, the taste of the Wagyu is actually the Wagyu itself. I think we can discuss this more later after cooking, and then when you're eating, we can talk about how special the Wagyu is. But this is an A5 grade Wagyu, which is the top grade of Wagyu. So as you can imagine, it's not pricey for no reason. So it is actually full of flavor, and that's why the world goes crazy for Wagyu. And not all restaurants have A5 Wagyu. So this is a very, very special grade beef that you have in front of you. But you'll see, I think when you taste it, the proof is in the pudding. So when you taste it, you can tell us what you think about it. Any other questions?
Yeah, we have got questions. Maybe we can ask Theo because he's an expert. You are interested about the prices and everything. He's going to tell you all about it, shall we? That's going to be later.
Let's discuss that later after we cook. And then whilst everybody's eating, we can take turns in any questions, and we can hear from the specialist, the Wagyu specialist. Okay? So is everybody ready for the cook-along? Thumbs up?
Somebody's already cooked.
Okay. That's good. Don't overcook it. It's just, I'm going to start now. So I'm going to put it on high heat, so until your skillet is hot, and then I'll maybe turn it down to medium high, depending on your skillet and your hob. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you because every household, the temperature is slightly different depending on the apparatus that you use. So just treat it like as you would grill a normal steak. Okay. Okay. So I think it's nice and hot. So if you can feel the heat, it's nice and hot. I'm just going to the reason why we want to have it on high heat is you want to have it really crispy on both sides. However, you don't really want to cook it to its rock hard. However, if you do like well done, please do cook it, grill it until it's well done. But I would recommend sort of like medium or medium rare. If you like blue, then medium rare is quite nice. But I would say medium is a nice sort of cooking. Okay, so you want it sizzling like this. And then you would see the grease popping out. So you might want to take some kitchen paper and then just kind of assist it if you do need to. Otherwise, you would kind of splash all over, which you want to avoid. Okay? I'm just going to wipe all the excess oil that comes out. Now, can you really smell the difference in grilling this beef? I think it has so much umami. Also, the aroma is just amazing. So how are we doing with grilling? I'm going to flip it over. This is what you want to achieve, a nice charred effect on the outside. You can check the doneness by pushing it in. If it sort of still has a give, that means it's still a bit tad soft inside, which is quite nice. So if you really want it well done, and you can push it, and if it doesn't give, that means it's well done. Leave the doneness to your preference. Nice done now. How are you doing? So as you can see, it's nicely charred on both sides. I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm just kind of wiping out any excess oil because we will use this to make the sauce. So I'm going to turn this heat off, and that's fine. So I've actually left a bit of grease inside because that's where the flavors are. So I'm not going to wash it. But however, I don't want too much grease, so I just wiped a bit of grease down. Okay. This on the side. So how are you all doing? This is my nicely charred grilled Wagyu steak. I'm sure yours is really nicely done now. Okay, I'm just going to leave this here. I'm just going to let it sit for a while whilst do the rest. So how are we doing? Let me know.
Yeah, everybody's showing it off. Actually, showing off how they.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I can see that lots of smiles, always like having a muscle egg on your face.
Well
Big
done.
smile.
Well done. So I'm just going to have my little tray. Have a little bowl like this. You can actually use a bowl, or you can actually use a plate. Okay, so I think so for those who have it in the microwave or boiling, your rice is ready now. So please be careful when you open your package. Okay, it's because the heat might kind of pop out. So please be careful. So there's, you just open it from here. For those who have followed my style of boiling. So as you can see, this is really amazing. Although it's just preheated, look at the sheer of this rice. And then when you taste it, you will know the difference, that this is pure Japanese rice. Can you see the sheer of this rice? It's really shining and then nicely moist. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to put this here in a bowl. So if you have cooked it out, what we like to do in Japan is that we kind of like to fluff the rice up. So what you want to do is you just want to sort of like fluff it up so that it's nice and soft, and then just loosen it up a bit like that. Okay, so far so good? Okay, so what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to put this on the side. I have a few greens, some shiso leaves that I'm just going to cut up for nice for garnish. This is up to you, whatever you have is fine. If you don't have it, that's fine as well. It's kind of nice to just add a bit of greens on the side. Okay, so I've got here my garnish, and then my beef is nicely rested. So I am going to slice it now. How are you all doing? So far, so good. So you can just slice this bite size. So whatever, if you like it, if you like more pieces, you can cut it into 8 or 10 pieces. That's fine. I'm going to cut it about. Yum, yum. Very nice and thick slices. Okay. So I'm just going to put it on the rice. Yeah. So far, so good. Okay. To end, we are going to make the sauce. So the pan is still very hot. If your pan is still very hot, you don't really need much. You just need to put so I'll leave it up to you. You can use 1 or 2 tablespoons. My pan is still very hot, so I'm not going to heat it up because it's just sizzling on its own. So I'm just going to blend it with the Wagyu aroma that's left in the pan. As you can see, it's sizzling. I don't have my heater. I'm just going to let it sizzle like that. And that's good. Okay, so I'm ready to finish. So I'm just going to pour this. So if you want to taste Wagyu on its own, maybe you can pour half, and maybe you can just pour leave a few on its own so that you can just taste the Wagyu itself, because that itself is very, very special as well. So I'm just going to pour it in half and just leave the rest so that you can actually taste it. You can tell the difference with the sauce and without the sauce. So I'm just going to put a few greens. Okay, so that's it. My Wagyu steak.
Amazing.
Yes, it is. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Amazing. I'm going to just join you now. So how are you guys?
How are y'all doing?
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Fantastic presentation. Oh, wow. Brilliant. People are so curious about it. Would you be able to explain to us and how special this A5 Wagyu was?
Yeah, sure. When restaurants buy from us, obviously the prices will be by kilo a little bit less. I'm not going to give you those prices because, of course, B2B pricing, they'll be sensitive about it. But you'll have to take into consideration the fact that they have to deal and cost the trimmings and loss when they're serving it in a restaurant, because they're going to make it super pretty, make it the perfect shape. So there's a bit of wastage there. But just to give you an idea, for example, the steaks that you enjoyed today are, give or take, in the market between 55 and 75 pounds, depending on who's selling it. For us, it's 55 to 60 pounds, depending on market rate, for a 200-gram steak. That's for A5. Now, if you're buying the blocks, it can go anywhere from a ribeye around 250 to 350 pounds a kilo.
Thank you so much. Now you think it's all gone to me now. Now you're superhuman. All got special energy from the special beef. Would you like to cook this again? Of course. Do you know where to get the beef now? Wagyu beef? Yes. I hope you get more opportunity to enjoy your Wagyu. Thanks for joining us. I got to say goodbye to you, but hopefully see you again soon.